So what's up everybody, this is going to be my Black Clover 333 predictions. This chapter is going to be very interesting for the pure fact that I think Lucius might reveal himself as to who he is to the crew, which is very interesting that he did it on Asta's special day. So I wonder what is his plan, why is he planning it now? So let's get into my Black Clover 333 predictions. First of all, if you like anime, manga reviews, discussion, spoilers, and theories, definitely hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, like, comment. I read the comments. Switch hit me with some false copyright strikes and got the other channel taken down. So let's get the channel back to 5,000. Also, I do have a Discord, so if you want to talk about your theories. So last chapter ended on a huge cliffhanger. Lucius was just about to basically reveal himself to the crew. It's going to be very interesting as to the cast reaction to him, because for what they know he's Julius. But now Julius has black hair. So I see two possibilities happening here. It could be that Lucius basically is going to reveal everything who he is in terms of that he's part of the 𝚖𝚙𝚙𝚢 family. Somehow he was able to infiltrate the Clover Kingdom, even though he is a 𝚬𝚙𝚎 Kingdom citizen and his siblings are basically the rulers. So I wonder what's that going to be about. Also, I still do believe that somehow Lucius and Astaroth are the same being. I don't know how Astaroth was able to fuse with Lucius, or he was turned into human, but remember last time we saw Lucius, he was on a wheelchair. Now he's not. So I wonder what's that all about. If that's not the case, I could definitely see Julius or Lucius pretending that he's just in another disguise, that yeah, he just painted his hair black. But I don't see that happening because he says it ends here. That's very ominous for him to say, just to pretend that he's in disguise of another person. So with him saying that, it sounds like he's about to do something malicious and he's probably about to reveal himself. But I wonder what that statement is about. Is he going to try to finish off Asta? So is this chapter just him going to do the same thing what he did to 𝚲𝚘𝚙𝚢𝚛, or is he going to do that to everybody within the whole entire basically celebration? So I definitely see that there's a possibility that everybody there and that ceremony, Lucius basically just does the same thing what he did to 𝚲𝚘𝚙𝚢𝚑, but to them. So he stops time for everybody there. But yeah, this is crazy because I didn't think it was going to be revealed this quickly, but 𝚬𝚙𝚎 has his reasons why he's going to reveal it now. I thought Lucius was going to reveal himself a little bit later, but it has been a year and 3 months. I was wondering why the 𝚬𝚙𝚎 waited 15 months for this to happen. And then I googled the number 15, and the number 15 can actually mean a new beginning. So the fact that he waited 15 months for his idea that he wants to do now, it could be that there's going to be like a new beginning towards the world and how the Clover Kingdom works, and basically a new world order for the lack of better terms. But it's going to be very interesting as to what's going to happen moving forward. I definitely see the possibility of Lucius just straight up attacking Asta and then attacking everybody there and stopping their time. But what I think is going to happen is that most likely Libe is going to do some anti-magic on Asta and then stop the time magic on him. But then again, Lucius does know about the anti-magic, and I'm pretty sure he's well aware of Libe's power, because I mean he even planned that Asta was going to defeat Lucifero. So that being said, I don't see that Lucius leaves that error or leaves that opportunity for Asta to survive if he were to attack him. So if he were to attack him straight up, I could definitely see him going to the grimoire, going to the conscious, or whatever Libe is currently now, and just attacking Libe. I know that Libe is not in the underworld, he's technically in the real world, he's in the book, but there's a possibility that Lucius destroys or tries to destroy Asta's grimoire. I don't think you can destroy a grimoire if the owner is there. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I don't remember that being a case where if you could take somebody's grimoire and just burn it. But I do know if a person dies, the grimoire disappears. However, there's a possibility Lucius just goes into the grimoire and tries to destroy Libe, because Libe by himself isn't able to do much. He needs Asta, even though I still think Libe is a high-ranking devil, but still. Hopefully we get to see if Libe grew a little bit as well, because it seems like Libe and Asta are around the same age. So maybe Libe might have a somewhat different design. We did see him in the last chapter in his chibi form, so he probably didn't change that much, but he probably is going to look more mature as a devil. So if Lucius were to attack Asta straight up and he was to attack everybody in that ceremony, I could definitely see him going after Libe, and then from there coming out of the grimoire in some way or another and start attacking everybody else. However, there's going to be somebody that most likely survives, and they're going to help everybody out, or at least stop the spell on Asta. Maybe Yuno appears, maybe somebody with the Earth Spirit appears. I don't think it's likely at this point, but something or somebody is going to survive this onslaught or this attack that Lucius does. Of course, I'm probably just jumping into things, and Lucius could probably just be like, hey, look, you know, this is who I am. There's nothing you can do. That's probably what's gonna happen. Just for narrative standpoint, I don't see the possibility of Lucius ending everything right here and there and him finding a way to jump into the grimoire. But you never know. That he is possessed by Astaroth, and he does seem to have some type of weird way of him going through dimensions, because he did go to the underworld. We saw in the beginning of chapter 332. So he can go through dimensions, and I think Libe inside the grimoire is like a different dimension in that grimoire, if that makes sense. So he can possibly jump into the dimension where Asta's grimoire has. So that'll be very interesting. So I think after this onslaught or this attack, or just Lucius revealing who he is, because that's probably what's going to happen, he's going to reveal his plan, and he's going to probably do it in a malicious way, but he's going to do it in a way that letting everybody know there's nothing they can do. It's clear that whoever survives this onslaught, this attack, they're going to have to choose the Wizard King right after this, because now that the Wizard King has been exposed to be somebody evil or somebody with malicious intent, then they're going to need somebody new, because that's probably going to cause chaos within the Clover Kingdom. It's going to be crazy, because I definitely see the possibility of the title Wizard King probably disappearing for a while, because King Augustus, for what we know, the current king of the Clover Kingdom, could possibly find it mistrusting that they had the Wizard King being this devil host from Spain nation this whole entire time. I mean, there's a possibility too that King Augustus or somebody within the Kira family already has a special tie with Lucius. So we'll see, but I could definitely see King Augustus saying, I don't trust the Wizard King title anymore, so we're not going to have that moving forward, and he's just going to be the Supreme King. That's a possibility. I don't see that happening, because the Wizard King is Asta's goal, but I could see it being revoked for a little bit until Asta proves that, hey, we do need somebody that is a strong mage to protect the kingdom. So I think that's what's going to happen moving forward. I think this is going to be a very interesting chapter. It could go either way, where either Lucius actually attacks everybody and somebody survives and then stops at least the spell on Asta, because they know that Asta's going to be the only one that can possibly have any chance against Lucius, or Lucius is just going to let everybody know his plan, and then there's nothing they can do. And there's another possibility that Lucius can just say, hey, I'm actually Julius, I just decided to dye my hair black, and I'm actually in disguise right now, because that's what I like doing. That's the least likely of all of them, because he did mention that this is the end for Asta, like this is as far as you go in terms of him going to the Wizard King. But maybe this, whatever happens, that this confrontation that Lucius versus Asta happens, maybe Asta by some miracle can possibly push him back a little bit and make him withdraw, but I don't think that's possible at this point. Even though Asta probably gotten stronger with double union and everything, I still don't think he's able to deal with time magic like that, because Lucius will probably rewind time to make sure that it favors him. But then again, Asta could, with anti-magic monozone, like when he was using the devil union and he was, I believe, the third sword, he basically did nullify all magic around him, so he could possibly do that. But who knows how next chapter is gonna happen. I'm very excited, man. It feels so good to finally do a prediction video. But that's basically all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think is gonna happen next chapter. Do you think it's possible that Lucius is just going to pretend that he's in disguise, and he's going to say that, hey, I'm actually just doing my hobby as Julius and going around just pretending to be somebody else? Do you think that Lucius might actually start attacking everybody, and he puts everybody in that time and does that like freeze time for everybody, and then he could possibly go for the finishing blow, but somebody stops him from doing it? Do you think angels are going to be introduced anytime soon? Do you think Julius is just going to tell his master plan and just disappear? All right, like if you liked the video, comment, subscribe, and I'm out of here.